So you mean to tell me that I just went through a whole entire night of crying myself to sleep? What kind of mom has a house but doesn't have a bed for her kids? Like, I literally wasn't dying a minute ago. Hey, what's up, besties? Welcome back to my channel. I have some Buldak Carbonara noodles here. It's like just a full pack. So I decided I wanted to have something light today. And I have not actually added the packet, so we can go ahead and do that. It feels so good to be back and back on my mukbang vibe. As you know, I'm still focusing on my school, so that's why I haven't really been posting. But let me tell you the tea. It's been rough. I have to do like 90-page readings for my classes, right? And these readings are like so intense, like just very intense readings. And I'm in my graduate program, but tell me why. I was like, I'm gonna take my quiz so early so I can hang out with friends, and I'm gonna do my big one. I ended up taking my quiz, and I got a 71, okay? And that whole night, I was just like crying. Like, I was like, I can't believe I got such a bad grade. I worked so hard. I don't know how I got a 71. And I was just telling like my boyfriend Tyler, I'm like, I don't understand how I got a 71. Like, I just don't understand. I worked so hard. And I cried myself to sleep. He was like hugging me and stuff, but I was kind of being rude. Like, I was like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Like, I'm just crying. Like, that's exactly how I was over a 71. And because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but basically I get a notification. I'm working today. I get a notification and it's like, by the way, your grade has been changed. So you mean to tell me that I just went through a whole entire night of crying myself to sleep, panic attack, literally throwing myself on the floor, and not literally, but just being so dramatic, to then get a notification the next day just being like, oh yeah, by the way, your grade has been changed. Like, I literally wasn't dying a minute ago. So that actually made me so mad. I'm actually not gonna add a lot of spice this time because I'm just feeling like having noodles, not spicy stuff. So let me just mix that in. It's like the tiniest amount. I'm gonna get that one bite and be like, dying. I'm gonna grab a Diet Coke as well and my water. My water's all the way across the room. I'm so lazy. I don't wanna get up today. I don't wanna do anything but eat some noodles. I thought we'd film like a let's eat and yap kind of vibe, especially because there's so much tea happening right now in the world. I'm thinking about on TikTok starting a series called like Hometown Tea, where it's just a bunch of tea from my hometown, because I swear, I think I said this in my last video, but every time I go on Facebook, the most outlandish stuff is happening. We just had a brand new Kroger open up right next to us, and it's been my obsession to just go to Kroger and just buy random stuff, and I have to stop. I literally spent $200 the other day on groceries just buying random stuff because I just love Kroger. And then they had the other day like a bunch of sales. If you buy a bunch, like 2 cases of Diet Coke, you get 3 for free. So we have an immense amount of caffeine-free Diet Coke. Love it. So just adding on to the vibes of the week, and I get a notification that one of my videos was taken down. For a long time, I've always wanted to be just like a story time YouTuber. So for a while, I was doing true crime and just stories, just pumping out all different like types of stories. And I guess one of my stories involved death, so it got taken down because I said like the way that the death was, and they said I was encouraging violence. I don't even think that I'm going to dispute it. I'm not encouraging violence, but there's no reason for me to dispute it. I feel like it's a really, really old video. If it was a newer video, I would be sadder, but I was just like, oh, this week cannot get better. Just taking down my videos, 71 on the quiz, drama happening. I don't know if you guys saw, but as Trevino and like all of that happening with Camilla, I think her last name is Arujo or something like that. But as Trevino, if you don't know, she's like the biggest of all time TikTok liver right now. For a long time, I did that story time on like Wendy, Willito, all of those people. They were super, super, super big, and they still are really big on TikTok in the Latin community. But lately, it's been Ash Trevino. She's an older woman. I'm not saying like she's old, but she's an older woman. And she actually has 2 daughters. And she first went viral apparently in like 2019 when she made TikToks about kind of dating incarcerated men. And apparently there's been quite a few incarcerated men that Ash has allegedly been with, and it's like people are just very upset with her because she went on Camilla's podcast thinking, oh, this would be perfect to just bring me and my 2 teenage daughters to this podcast and have them ask us questions. But I don't think Ash realized the questions that Camilla was asking were very deep questions. The biggest clip that's circulating on TikTok is Camilla asking Ash's kids if there's a bed for them in Ash's house. Like, is there a bed for you? And they said no, that they don't have a bed at their mom's house. And apparently there's a slew of like CPS, like Child Protective Services cases against Ash Trevino as well because of things like this, just like her not sending her children to school allegedly, you know, her not having beds for them. And so people on TikTok are enraged. They're like, what kind of mom has a house but doesn't have a bed for her kids? And at one part in the interview, Camila's like, oh, I'll buy your kids a bed. Like, they could pick out their headboard, which I think was so sad. I couldn't even finish the podcast because I was just getting more and more mad. Just because I know the kind of mom that I'm going to be. And some of the answers, I was just like astonished. And what I think is literally absolute bonkers is that Ash will get on TikTok live and just air out her whole life. She'll be like, oh, I don't even have custody of my kids. My mom has custody, so why are you calling CPS? I feel like that's why she's spilling all of her tea. She also was pretty upset that her daughter blocked her on TikTok. And her daughter was allegedly saying that she's going to spill all the tea when she turns 18, which is apparently soon. So people are like, yes, please give us the tea, because when your mom comes on here and she's giving all of your drama, like one of the things that was crazy was Ash was saying to TikTok Live, and if you don't know, TikTok Live has a gifting feature. So it's kind of like, you ever seen those TikToks where it's like, thank you for the apple, thank you for the donut, thank you for this. Every single item is associated with a monetary value. So the roses are typically like 1 cent, like 1 penny. And then a galaxy, I don't know how much a galaxy is. Hold on, let me Google it. Okay, a galaxy is allegedly $13.50. Okay, 1,000 TikTok coins. That's what Google says. And so you see all these people like Jason Nash. We call them like the TikTok beggars, the people who go on there and they just want gift after gift after gift. She was like, if you send a galaxy, I'll tell you what's going on with my daughter, like why she's in the hospital. And her daughter was like, I feel uncomfortable that you even use that. Like, you're using me for views. You're using my sickness. And just the way that Ash and other people invalidate her feelings in their family, it makes me so sad. Because can you imagine being like, because I have pet rabbits, I don't have children, but being like, if you gift me a galaxy, I'll let you guys know what's going on with my rabbit. What? I don't know. I just thought that was insane. And watching Camilla's podcast just threw me off. If you have not already, you should watch Camilla's podcast. It's on her page. Another thing was that she started dating a like very, very younger man named like Santo. Like very, very young. And people were like, what? Like, you are a grown woman with 2 teenage daughters dating a very, very young person. And people were calling her like, allegedly it's giving a PDF file. And they were also saying it's kind of suspicious that she dates these men who, it's kind of like a power dynamic, like them either being in prison or being way younger than her. And we see that a lot with people who have like narcissism. According to what I was researching, a lot of people who have narcissism will date someone who has like a lower power dynamic. So that could be someone who has a disability. They can go with someone who they think is like more naive minded, younger, or someone who's incarcerated / I'm just saying like could be taken advantage of. And I'm like, and another thing is, she's like, the guy that she's with wants to wait to marriage because he's super religious. But if you don't know, a lot of people get married really fast in like when they're incarcerated, like a lot of shotgun weddings. And so she's like, oh, like waiting to marriage can't happen because you know me, like I have a new guy, and I'm like, why would you? The whole entire podcast was just so much and so little, in my opinion, going on at once. This whole thing, I honestly had to hit not interested on any of the TikToks about Trevino because I was just done. The other night, I was like, I can't watch any more of this. I've been doing that with everything. If something on TikTok is bothering me, I'm just like, not interested, not interested. And I said, I just can't wait for my whole timeline to be brain rot because that's what I want. I don't want any more drama or Trevino on my timeline. I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. That was really all I could find on the Trevino tea. If you go on TikTok and you look it up, there's also some other drama of her going to the Bop House, which is apparently a bunch of girls in a house. And she went to the Bop House and like hung out with everyone, with her daughter, Haley. And it is just, go ahead and read up on it. You need to see the drama. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about Trevino and if you have been watching. Because I know I saw Tana Mojo was watching and I thought that was hilarious. Oh, to carry on to my lore of me waking up and like smacking Tyler in the face, I apparently punched him in the face again at night. I don't even mean to be doing these things, so don't think I'm like a horrible person. But apparently I was sleeping like this, and he came and he laid right here, and I just went boom, like really hard. And like my elbow touched his eye socket when I did that. And I don't even mean to be doing all this, so I'm grinding my teeth, I'm smacking him, I'm punching him, elbowing him. Like, what? Oh my gosh, it's just too much. I hope that I brought you some lighthearted tea and gossip and yap, because I know it could be a very scary time for some of you guys. I love you so much. Have a great day. Bye.